Did you see CNN? Did you happen to see CNN today with Don Lemon on there and Sheriff David Clarke from Milwaukee, Wisconsin? They were on there talking about the Black Lives Matter, and Don Lemon tried to get his ghetto pass back. I see he tried to get his ghetto pass back off of Sheriff David Clarke.
3 officers dead, 3 wounded in Baton Rouge. A really tough day for Baton Rouge and for the country, really. Here to talk about how to keep our police safe is Sheriff David Clarke of Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. He is going to be speaking at the Republican convention tomorrow night. Sheriff, thank you very much for that horrific day. I spoke to the heads of the Sheriff Department, the Police Department, and the state police down there, and they told us how their hearts were reeling. Their message is peace and coming together in the country. What's your message?
You don't believe that for 1 minute, do you?
That their message is?
Yeah.
That's what they said to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe them. Of course
Any
I believe them
protests
when they say
over the
that.
deaths of these cops today in Baton Rouge?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Any riots or protests over the police officers in Dallas, Texas?
What are you asking?
It's a pretty simple question.
I asked you if what's your message to the people. Their message is one of peace. What is your message?
My message has been clear from day one 2 years ago. This anti-cop sentiment from this hateful ideology called Black Lives Matter has fueled this rage against the American police officer. I predicted this 2 years ago. So what I want to know,
okay, Sheriff.
do I want to know?
With all due respect, do you know that this was because of that?
Yes, I do.
As a law enforcement officer?
I've been watching this for 2 years. I predicted this. This anti-police rhetoric sweeping the country has turned out some hateful things inside of people that are now playing themselves out on the American police officer. I want to know, with all of the black-on-black violence in the United States of America, by the way, when the tragedies happened in Louisiana and Minnesota, do you know that 21 black people were murdered across the United States? Was there any reporting on that?
There was a black officer who was killed today. But
was there any reporting on that?
Sheriff, please, let's just keep the volume down here. So I understand, and listen,
I'm looking at 3 dead cops this week,
Sheriff,
and I'm looking at 5 last year. You trying to tell me to keep it down?
Just please, if you'll just please, we can keep it civil. So, because the message to people at home, I'm sure you want, is one of civility.
I wish, Don, I wish you had that message of civility
to have a conversation
toward this hateful ideology, these purveyors of hate.
You don't know what my message is.
That's
what I want
they
to say
do.
to you is,
these people preach vile and virtue
we'll be right
in the
back.
name
We're
of
going to go to break,
hate.
and we'll be right back.
I saw that. I don't even think Don Lemon was really trying to get his ghetto pass back. I think Don Lemon really just couldn't believe, because Don nigga, you know, he the head, for lack of a better term, he the head house nigga. He came.
He like, this nigga housing harder than me.
I mean, he came one to superior to him, but you know, David Clarke, since I think it was when he became the most vocal, was right after Ferguson, and even then I seen how he was using that same agenda, that same platform, or that same approach just for the benefit of him. You know what I mean? Put it like this: one of the most powerful drugs there is fame. And so now he done went from a Milwaukee, Wisconsin sheriff in Milwaukee, Wisconsin to damn near one of the national spokespersons for sheriffs. He can't change his mind right now if he wanted to. Even if he woke up tomorrow like, man, I've been spewing some pure bullshit about my people, about myself, about the conditions of my people, and especially how it relates to law enforcement, because he in there, he know what the fuck they doing. He know how cops got the codes and how they got to keep within themselves. You understand what I'm saying? He got a better understanding on that than you and I. But he's so deep into the fame right now, he couldn't come back if he wanted to. You think he just finna come back and go sit behind the desk at this particular point when every other time something happened, he on Fox News and people recognizing where he go? He don't even put the shoe polish in his beard. No, you see how he ready for the camera. You see what I mean? So he can't come back from that. He already too far gone. But
where you think he going? Where you think he going?
It's everybody. See, the change is coming, man. It's like going to be a switch up. It has to be. So it seems like different people is vying for different positions. So I don't know what his end game is. Yeah. But I do know 2 years ago when the Ferguson thing first happened, and you can go find this video, one of the first things he did was said that the Black Lives Matter movement would eventually become a fraction or a piece of ISIS. Nip, you remember that? Listen, go look it up. Look it up. Look it up. That's
He-
one of the first things he said in one of his videos when he started
Yeah,
dancing. He predicted that. That's why when he was talking to Don Lemon, he was standing so hard on the fact of the matter that I predicted this 2 years ago. I was telling y'all this 2 years ago. I was telling y'all that this was
So
gonna be
pretty
happening.
much they trying to turn Black Lives Matter into a terrorist group. KKK, ISIS, terrorist group, whatever.
That's exactly what.
They're trying to use that same type of lingo.
That's exactly what they doing with Black Lives Matter. But see, this leads me to think this. Okay.